I don't think people talk enough about how lonely your 20s can feel. This is supposed to be the best part of your life, right? The years where you figure yourself out, build friendships, fall in love, travel, and start becoming someone. But honestly, some of the loneliest moments of my life have happened in my 20s. And the strange part is, you can be surrounded by people who care, who love you genuinely, but still feel completely alone. There was a time I'd spend hours on my phone just scrolling, watching other people live lives that felt so far from mine. People were graduating, getting jobs, going out, building relationships, starting new chapters in their life, and I was just there thinking, what am I doing with my life? Why do I feel behind? Why does everyone look happier than me? And slowly, that turned into a self doubt. I started doubting myself, doubting every living in me, which is very dangerous, which is very bad to do. It is a very bad thing to do in your 20s. Hi, guys, welcome back to Mercy After Hours. Today, I want to talk about feeling lost and lonely in your 20s because a lot of people go through this phase quietly, especially after graduation or during certain moments in your life, during certain seasons in your life. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm still figuring life out too. I'm 23, almost 24, and I don't have everything together. This is just me sharing what I've learned while navigating adulthood in real life, in real time. If you have been feeling stuck, behind, or disconnected, this is for you. There was a time I felt disconnected from myself. I was existing, but not really living. I lost motivation. I stopped showing up for myself. I stopped enjoying things I used to. I started isolating myself. And the more I isolated myself, the louder my thoughts became. Because I compared my life constantly without even noticing. It felt just automatic. Everyone else looked like they were moving forward while I was just there. I felt like I was stuck just watching them from the sidelines. You know, loneliness in your 20s hits differently. As a child, it's I have no one to play with. As an adult, it's no one truly understands me, and the pressure made it worse. I thought by this age I should have direction, have money, clarity, confidence, but instead all I had was confusion. Some days I felt hopeful, other days I questioned everything in me, everything around me, every being in me. And social media made it worse because everyone looked like they had life figured out for them. Eventually, I got tired of feeling drained all the time. I realized that nothing changes if I keep repeating the same patterns in my life. Like, I started making small adjustments in my life, small changes, not overnight, not perfectly, just slowly. And today I'm going to share some of the things that helped me to overcome loneliness and feeling alone in my 20s. I hope they helped you positively. 1. I stopped comparing my life. Comparison was draining me, honestly. I was consuming everyone's highlights while leaving my behind the scenes. And one thing you don't know about comparison is that comparison really distorts your reality. It makes you feel behind in life, that you are still building, because in this life nobody posts about rejection, nobody posts about breakdowns, nobody posts about 2 a.m. confusions, but Everyone experiences those moments in life. They do experience. So once I stopped comparing my life, I felt lighter. I felt normal again. Point two, I learned to enjoy my own company. At first, being alone felt like something was wrong, but I learned being alone and being lonely are different things. I started doing small things for myself, listening to music without distraction, walking without rushing, watching sunsets without posting them, writing my own thoughts instead of holding them in my heart. And slowly, silence stopped feeling heavy. It became peaceful. You know, silence forces you to face yourself. It forces you to face the real you because you are you, just facing yourself, facing your life and everything. And you know what? Another point, I stopped waiting for life to start. No, I used to think when I get a job, when I have money, when I move out, when I go abroad, then I'll finally be happy, right? What I didn't know was that life was already happening behind the scenes and in front of me. Life was happening. So I started noticing small moments, good conversations, quiet mornings, laughing without overthinking things, creating just because I wanted to. And that brought me back to the present self of me. It removed me from that lonely shell I was stuck in. And I hope it also helps you to come out of that shell you are stuck into. Another thing I did is I did things even when I felt insecure. I started doing things when I felt insecure. I learned that confidence doesn't come fast, it comes after action. So I started doing things even when I felt unsure. Starting YouTube scared me. Speaking openly to you guys scared me. Putting myself out there scared me. But you know what scared me the most? Being stuck in that shell I was stuck in. It scared me the most. And every time I acted anyway because it helped it helped me to rebuild trust in myself, and it reduced my loneliness because actions reconnect you to yourself. When you start doing things that you are scared of, you are afraid, you are unsure, those things helps you to reconnect back to yourself, and that's how it also helped me. Lastly, I accepted that my 20s are messy. You know, this changed everything because I stopped expecting clarity at this age because this is not the finished version of life. This is the building phase. Trying, failing, learning, falling, restarting. Like your 20s are meant to be messy anyway. Being lost doesn't mean you are failing. Like it doesn't mean you are stuck or doing what. It might just mean you are becoming. Here I am. I still have uncertain days. I still overthink things. I still question things, but I'm not as stuck as I used to be. And healing in your 20s is not about being perfect. It's about being kinder to yourself while everything is still unclear. So, if you are feeling lonely right now, you are not weird, you are not broken, and you are not alone. A lot of people are quietly going through the same thing, and maybe that's okay. One thing I've realized is that social media affected my confidence more than I thought, and the more I consumed other people's lives, the more disconnected I became from my own. So that's why in my next video I want us to have a conversation on how social media destroyed my confidence, and how I overcame the same thing. If you reconnect with this video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next conversation. Bye.